Hey everyone, welcome back to Open. Our last guest is an award-winning Puerto Rican native who holds a degree in dance education from NYU. She is the founder and artistic director of Bomba Dance Company, a Puerto Rican-based nonprofit dance organization that preserves, educates, advocates, and performs Bomba Puertorriqueña, Puerto Rico's oldest music and dance genre, dating back to the 17th century by enslaved and free people of color. And so she is also the CEO of Bombazo Wear Skirts, traditional clothing of Bomba dancers. And today she joins us to speak about Resistencia y Libertad, a new exhibition and fashion collection that pays tribute to the Puerto Rican flag. Everyone, please welcome, desde Puerto Rico, estoy celosa, Milteri Tucker Concepcion.
Hola, Rhina. Hola, todo el mundo. Hi, everyone. Yes, I'm in between the sunshine and palm trees. So come, if you can, come down to Puerto Rico, safely, of course.
Well, aren't you taking a break from the BX? How long have you been in Puerto Rico?
Well, this is my third day, actually. It's my third day, and I miss home so much. You know, this is my home, and I just miss it. You know, it's just so beautiful, and you know, it's Puerto Rico. What more can I say?
I know. Well, I want to congratulate you on recently becoming a mom, right? And so we did mention that you're a new mom too. But I want to say that it's so beautiful that you've been able to design your life around your craft and your cultura, and the beauty of being able to come back and forth from the Bronx to Puerto Rico and still present from the root of what has been driving you, right? Which is first dance, and then of course the wardrobe that you use for the dance, and now having your own Bombazo wear dance fashion style that is now hitting runways. Wow.
Thank you. You know, it's all been organically grown, and I think it goes hand in hand with the art form. You know, we have dance, we have drum, but part of that, which is important, is the attire, the wear, which all the elders in the island have conserved. And you know, I'm here. I came a little bit earlier because I'm interviewing them as well, and why the importance of this, and is for them is conserving the traditions of their abuelas, their tias, those women who lived in a generation that, of course, that was the streetwear, right? That was the norm. And how the dress, even though it was European based, right, with French and Portuguese and Spanish influence, that was imposed on our ancestors, how, like the hat wrap, they made it their own. You know, these were the women who were sewing. They were the one who created their own craft. The dancers themselves became designers and are designers, just like myself, and how they felt that it is important to remember this time period in Puerto Rico, and also to showcase that and to eliminate the stigma of, you know, women and people of color in lesser clothing, or, you know, in very poor clothes. No, you had your people who were free, people of color, who were people who were very proud of their appearance also. And they said, you know, if they can dress this way, we can dress this way too. There shouldn't be any gaps in between. And that's part of the resistance. And that's why I named this exhibition Resistencia y Libertad, because something that was imposed on them, they turned it around. They made it even more fashionable. You know how our people are. Very colorful. And, you know, and said, you know, this is us too. We are here. We are more than what the society wants us to believe that we are. And, you know, we are to say we're designers, we're educated people, we're Black educated people. You know, and that's why I pay homage in this exhibition to those seamstresses, past, present, and future. It's been a wonderful to learn about them. You know, the dancers, how attached they are to their clothing as well. Like, oh, this is my favorite one, or this is my favorite one because they remember a certain performance, or somebody dear to them made it with so much love and care that they still preserve it. So
okay, before you keep going, because I want our audience to be clear, right? Because people may be watching from Puerto Rico, right? So this exhibition, Resistencia y Libertad, which in English, by the way, translated means liberty and resistance, right? Or resistance and liberty, right? And so the concept itself is obviously going to be the Bombazo wear, right? Which I know there's a fashion show, but in addition to that, what could people look forward to? You're mentioning something about documenting and interviewing these elders. So is it multimedia? I just want clarity.
Yeah, no, it is an exhibition where we are exhibiting clothes from the different time periods and also from a few bomberas. So that's part of the interview process. There is some mixed media component because we are showing that part of the documentation. Also a fashion show from our latest line, Bombazo Wear. So it is Bombazo Wear, the exhibition, with paying homage to the bomberas and elders in dance in Bomba, as well as the new, because I represent the new, fresh generation of bomberas who are keeping these traditions alive.
I know, and not only that, you designed the skirts in a way that they could be worn as regular skirts. I mean, I own one for, if anyone wants. And on top of that, I remember you made it for me during the pandemic because I had to come up with a costume for a dance that I had to do in the park. And I got to tell you, and I'm just saying this because it isn't just a bomba skirt, right? So in case you guys are unfamiliar with the bomba skirt, they're kind of like, they're fluffy. I mean, how would you describe the material? Because they're used to kind of like create their own visuals in movement.
Exactly. Well, the skirts itself are big because they're creating these figures in space. They're part of the movement, right? That the dancer makes. So they, depending on the material used, they can be heavy. It has a lot of material, so it looks very rich, and to create that effect in space, right? So it's part, and they're long because it's part of that time period, the 18th century, and that's why and that's why we use them, but that we've conserved them. But yes, I give it a new twist because I want people to represent themselves, and they can go out, be in a red carpet, be somewhere in the park doing an interview, or and represent their culture and who they are. So I make it so that it's very feasible nowadays to wear it for whatever the client wants to wear it for: dance, interviews, performance, or just to have a skirt.
Right. And also, of course, to always be ready to dance Bomba.
Yes, always.
All right. So, Milteri, thank you so much for taking the time to interview with us via Puerto Rico. You guys, guess what? We're going to give you a taste of what the skirt can do when it's accompanied by the drums. So don't go anywhere, because when we return, Milteri and the Bombazo Dance Company are going to perform for us next. Don't go anywhere.